on Stage D at UC Studios in Chicago. Here he is. It's misterHEEMA.
Boop, boop. A member of the studio audience said, "Can't hear you." Now I think that they can. This is the first episode. We're figuring it out. Welcome to the first episode. Rewind. Welcome to the first ever edition of The Night Shift. My name is HEEMA, and this blazer does not fit. See, the joke doesn't work when you say it a second time, does it? But we're figuring it out. It is what it is. This is my show, and we are sticking to it. We're going ahead. We're getting stuff going. If you're wondering how this show came to be, how we came up with the idea of doing the night shift, quite literally, this graphic that you see right over here, I downloaded After Effects. I made this based off a template that I found, and then the rest is history. That's not even a joke. That's pretty much exactly how it went. One of the studio audience members just yelled out, "Take that fucking hat off." No, thank you. Hey, thanks. Hey, Hicks here with the raid. I thought we had that part of the disc taken out in post, but it's the first episode. We're figuring it out. Why is this show a thing though? Let's go ahead and talk about it because the reason why I decided to come up with this and like different outside the box, different types of like story elements and whatnot for like the channel is, long story short, at the beginning of this month, at the start of March, me, the homie Sauce, and our guest tonight, you'll see later in the show, Hicks, we came up with the idea of the time bomb experiment, which is essentially us just taking a bunch of different videos and whatnot, whether it's like compilations of stuff or just random embarrassing shit that we could find, and just putting them all into one video and setting them as a schedule to be uploaded on our channel on April 1st, unless we get a certain amount of video or a certain threshold of content out. And this is me ensuring that time bomb never gets out, because mine, specifically for me, what it was an endless cavalcade of auto-tune recordings and videos and stuff here and there that you could just find no matter what. And it was rough. I could not live with myself. The public saw that. So, instead, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to get stuff like this off. So now you can blame Hicks and you can blame Sauce when you see them later in the show for being the reason that an idea like this came across, so that you guys don't see me auto-tuning out my ass, But with that, this is being my way to get stuff off, Clever girl. Or I guess, in my case, clever 6'4", dark-skinned, intelligent black man. Long walks on singing in the rain and important connection. Talking about my lovely studio audience. Thank you, the house band. Anyway, yeah, as usual, this will naturally be just like any other talk show, which means I will have stuff like monologues, we'll have guests, we'll have bits and everything. So I think it's time we go ahead and get to the monologue. We got some jokes off. You guys ready? They're as excited as I am. Okay, so we got a nice bit of news here that we found lately. The way that I go about this is quite literally, oh wow, they love me, big love. The way that we go about this is I'm literally taking descriptions and whatnot from stuff I found from Inside Edition, and we're making jokes based off that. Okay, here we go. So in the news, first off, what I saw was there was body cam footage that showed Sean Lowe from The Bachelor getting viciously attacked by his guard dog recently. This is a true story. Apparently, this is the second time it happened too. Kind of nuts, but nice to know that after all these years, he still gets the bitches. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you specifically. Hey, Bap, I see you in the crowd. Love you, man. Yeah, no, it's kind of funny. Like, police said that they had no choice but to tase the dog, but I Lo said that he doesn't want him actually put down. Instead, what he wants is to give him a spin-off on Zeus. I'm sorry, this graphic is what else? Let's see. What else is in the news? Ooh, did you guys hear about this? Apparently, four farmers are out and about in New York City to try and find love in the upcoming third season of the new Fox show, Farmer Wants a Wife. Yeah. Apparently, Farmer Wants a Hoe couldn't make it past the network censors, I guess. I don't know. Something crazy. Cause the rake. Yeah. Yeah. The house band gets it. It's funny because the the Fox affiliates also demanded that the show about farmers in the city and whatnot be retooled after its original format, Jane the Virgin. I wish you guys could see. I wish you guys could see the Discord call. All of them muted hands over their cheek. See, this is more for me than it is for them. I don't know. The studio audience, they love this so much. What else is in the news? What else is in the news? Oh, actually, matter of fact, Elon Musk of all people, in the news lately, of course. No, it's not for letting methamphetamine take the wheel. Again, he's in the news because recently, you'll never believe this. There have been numerous acts of violence where people are literally lighting Teslas on fire. Yeah. Apparently, Musk is so mad about it, he's going to take out his anger by impregnating 5 more women this week. Thank you. Putting up Nick Cannon numbers. Is that why he's called Nick Cannon? That just came off the top of my head. Is he called Nick Cannon? Because I'm sensing a pattern here. But yeah, going off of that, there's also pretty rough news in the UK specifically. There was a huge fireball explosion that was near the Heathrow Airport in London the other day, and like it was actually really really bad. This happened like freak accident out of nowhere. Obviously, it shut down over like 1,300 flights. Really. Obviously, we hope everybody's safe and sound, but as a matter of fact, officials are still investigating the case and figuring out like what the cause of it could have been. But honestly, if you ask me, I think some bloke shat out his beans on toast in the airport bathroom or something. If you ask me, I feel like that's what gives a new meaning to explosive diarrhea. Listen, okay, if you think that joke was in poor taste, it's always important to remember. So were the beans on toast. Oh my goodness. The resub is insane. The resub off that. This is what you paid for, literally. Off of that as well. Oh man, he's bombing. Anyway, from there we've also been able to talk about a whole bunch of stuff that's going on here as well. Stuff that I've been doing recently, even outside of the world of planning out stuff like this and how to bomb my own channel is I've been working on one of my friends' short film called The Bit. Yeah. So we've been doing stuff for that. We filmed that only a few weeks ago, about 2-3 weeks ago. My roommate actually Audit and our mutual friend Cameron, they're co-directors for this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Ah man, house band. I didn't know they had an air horn. That's sick. But yeah, we shot it a few weeks ago. It'll be out and about sometime later this year. Obviously, you can see the Instagram for more information on that. You could find out like whole bunch of stuff about the cast and everything. And I actually recorded some stuff myself and found a bunch of behind the scenes photos and everything. I went ahead and went in the liberty of making my own personal vlog, mini vlog of how the stuff went. So take a look. There's no way. on, we need one more. Yeah, we gotta get that take. That's one for the vlog. Film of the bit. First thing we're doing, trying to find shots to film the opening scene at. We're walking into a building. No way, shape, or form are we finding a federal building to walk into. No way. So I think the plan is we're gonna try to go for the Winchester Bank. I think that's where we're going to film this at. So, you know, we got the crew here, or the downtown crew here. We'll see what happens. See that little flash? That's our red line up to north side. Got the homie Cam here, actor plus co-director, correct?
Yes.
Yep. How do you feel after day one, getting ready for doing the main portion of day two?
You know, it's, you know, I'm still in shock.
Yeah?
This is actually a thing. It's crazy.
Bro, you wrote this.
I wrote this.
This is your idea coming to
wrote this,
life.
guys. I wrote this, you know, and it's crazy how, like, something that you wrote is not coming to life, and then, you know, putting it together, you know, you got some good performances here, too. You're thinking, like, dang, we got some going on the set.
Yeah,
We got
literally,
some
bro.
actors. We got professionals.
I'm so proud of you, man. This is your idea. Now let's talk about the paycheck.
Your pay is the food.
That I'm paying for?
It's not my fault that you decided to.
Alright, so here we are at set in the building. So this is the green room that we had yesterday. The reason why I say yesterday is because that's past tense. It's not our green room anymore.
Not anymore, but we're gonna be in here until it isn't. You know?
Yep, so in the meantime, what we did was all the chairs and whatnot that we need outside, we just piled up all out here and all out here. Just making ends meet, you know? You gotta do what we gotta do. In the meantime, we're just practicing, we're in lines, getting stuff set, getting ready to film once they get everything set up. So yeah. Ooh. 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 Okay.
You could be like, you know, oh, step that we weren't recording.
I forgot.
What's that? Daylight savings time got the best of you?
As a matter of fact, they did.
Sit. Getting stuff going.
Clear the airwaves. Clear all airwaves for the big broadcast. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
And I'm the tax. I'm the tax auditor. We are
And I'm the mole.
going to do this.
All right.
Yo, it's Robert Downey Jr.
Selling pictures of Robert Downey Jr. for $5.
What's he doing here working on the
He
bit?
looks so much like him. It's scary.
Bro, lunch break. How did this happen, bro? How did this happen? What are the chances that the slice is face down?
What the fuck?
This is, like, I don't understand how this happened.
Phantom of the set.
Yeah. I mean, at least the sandwich is like on its side, you know, it's still good.
It's wrapped, it's fine. But I wanted that last piece.
A ladybug deadass just flew in here.
No, that one has white spots on his head. That's that's a beetle.
It flew in. I don't know if it came from the window or what.
You're supposed to kill those.
They eat ladybugs.
So are you gonna kill it?
All in favor of killing it, say aye.
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 Do you want to step on it? I want to step on it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad.
I was gonna smack it, bro.
Oh
My bad.
Nah, that thing's dead.
We're officially done. That's a wrap. And we want to give a shout out to the best boy,
Yeah.
Chipotle Bowl itself. If you could hold this.
Yep,
for a
I got
moment
you, I
while
got you.
Go ahead and do the honors.
You will be missed.
That's a wrap.
Rest in peace. That is a wrap on the bit.
We're figuring it out, we're figuring it out. Rewind. Shout out to everybody that was involved in the bit. You can find the stuff about the Instagram there. Shout out to Audit, Cameron, everybody that was involved in putting it together. Anybody that was shunning the stuff about the Chipotle Bowl, listen, that was 2 days of filming. We simply got the bowl the first day of filming and did not get another one. So, continuity's sake, I was not gonna finish that bowl. There was legitimately a take that we did for the record where like I took a bite of it and it didn't make me like gag or like sick or anything like that, but legitimately one of the pieces of the steak was stuck like at my trachea. That was the nastiest cut they ever had to take. Oh man. But yeah, shout out to everything for the bit. Hopefully more info on that comes out soon. They'll get to editing that soon. But before we get to keep going with this episode of the night shift, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and by quick commercial break, we're gonna oh my goodness. One of the studio audience members just pulled out a picture of Squidward with the fork that was stuck like in his throat. That's exactly what that looks like. Hold up, y'all need to see this. You guys need to see this. You guys need to see this. There was I looked like that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward had the throat stuck in his fork. And like, if y'all want to see the stuff for me, then
The throat.
check it right here. That was not the right picture. We're still trying to figure it out. Gotcha. So then with that, like, dude, see how disgusting this is? This was me with the one piece of steak from the Chipotle bowl. I promise you. The throat stuck in his fork. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it was. We're gonna have days like that. We're still figuring it out. Listen, it's
figuring it
9:45 over here. But yeah. With that said, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Here's a word from our sponsors over at Man in the Yellow Suit Productions. Let's do it.
Boop, boop.
Hi. Man in the Yellow Jacket here from Blue Paints. I said Blue Room, we just figured it out. Our cutting edge ultra blue paint technology is omni use and first of its kind. Got a new house? Blue paint. Broke your leg? Blue paint. You on trial? Just use our product. Problem's gone. Disappeared into dust. Our stock is limited. So while supplies last, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and buy you some. So shit, watch out. So one of these young kids can get a new monitor. And remember, call 773-202 to get your Blue Room paint today. And last thing I'm gonna leave with you tonight, it ain't true if it ain't blue. Product may or may not appear blue. So
Thank you, Man in the Yellow Jacket. Ad for blue paint.
thank you.
Give it up for Man in the Yellow Jacket.
Thank you.
Man in the Yellow Jacket, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. Big
Yeah,
applause.
watch out. I know y'all see the cut too. I know you see fresh, clean cut.
Quick question. Why is it blue paint if it's the Man in the Yellow Jacket? You didn't have a blue jacket?
I think it's kind of crazy that you asking me questions, cause it's blue paint. Cause it's blue paint. It is what it's gonna be. That's how I live my life. Watch out.
Boop, boop.
How he lives his life. Welcome back to how he lives his life. Welcome back to the night shift, everybody. Before we went to break there, we were talking about stuff with the bit. As you know, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on here in the show. One thing that I really, really, really want to get into, because like when I came up with the idea of doing a show like this was very like last minute, putting stuff, throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks, everything like that. But when I really announced this, it's insane how immediate I got so much love from the people around me and everything. I wanted to be able to display that love with like everybody. I even got notes, like fan mail from the people around me, and that's so lovely. So with that, we want to introduce a new segment on the show called What's the Word? We just got a letter from Toby, and it reads here. Who came up with this idea, Custer? Take this shit out back with that nasty ass hat and let this stuff die where it belongs. If you keep doing an episode of this with material that's worse than your monologue, I'm going to. Okay, so that does it for What's the Word, everybody. All right, good job. Thank you, Toby, for that note right there. With that said in mind, let's go ahead. Let's introduce our guest for this evening. He starred in numerous short films. He's directed numerous short films. I think he's even produced a few short films as well. You know him as a content creator. You know him as just name it, he is it, honestly. So with that in mind, let's give it to the most famous person I know. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only. Hey, yo, Hicks people. Let's do this. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Hey, hey.
Our house band.
I gotta
They,
hit
they
that
really
song.
do. Yeah, they really love that air horn.
They do.
Oh,
I didn't
man.
even know they had that in these sets.
All right, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't either. Anyways, how's it going today, Hicks? How's it? How have you been? What's new with you?
Doing great, Mystery. Well, actually, I'm not doing great, Mr. Hema.
Really? That's unfortunate.
No. Who's in the audience speaking right now?
Watch out.
The man in the yellow jacket really
Oh
making a
no, I'm a
stand.
big
Yeah.
fan of his work. Actually, I'm sorry. That's on me. That's
That's
on me.
on
Actually.
that's on him. Yep, that's
That's
right.
on me. I'm sorry.
Y'all
I'm
carry
sorry.
on.
I'm
Y'all
sorry.
carry on. Y'all carry on. My bad, y'all. Watch out.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I'm actually surprised that you were able to get me on your show because it's been a minute since anyone's wanted to invite me to anything. So
Really?
yeah, being short, washed, ran through, broke.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah, so
if we are gonna talk about like the whole washed whatever, I brought up in my monologue the whole time bomb story. You want to talk about that on your
yes,
end? How was it on
glad,
your end trying to figure stuff out and how we went about that? 'Cause
gladly, I
shoot,
will. So I've been gone for about a year, and with that, I've had to travel far and wide through multiple different locations and take multiple different jobs, in which all of them I got fired at,
nice,
for
naturally.
multiple different reasons. Yes, naturally. And so with that, I ended up with good friends coming up with the concept of the time bomb, where to get back into our consistency, we would actually work on something and before April 1st. And then once April 1st hit, if we didn't work on it, we'll be completely humiliated by everyone on the internet based on whatever we submitted. In my case, it was footage of me cussing throughout every single whatever I've done throughout time and space. Because I guess me cussing is just thank you.
It's yeah, it's worth applauding
Thank you.
for.
Yeah, no, I think it's honestly I didn't really think it's that big of a deal, but I guess it's like time. You know how in Gumball when Richard gets a job, the world starts like malfunctioning on itself, like everything starts crashing.
That's you
I think
cursing
it's
for sure.
I think that's me cursing. I think
What's
that's
the
me
worst
cursing.
thing you've ever said? Like, what's the worst curse word you've ever said? You think?
I've said some pretty bad stuff. I probably can't say here.
Really? What letter are we talking? Like, are we talking like, are we on like the
Every
B
single the
spectrum? The
alphabet. A,
every
B,
single
C,
one of
D,
them.
E, F, G,
I didn't know there
even
was a
Z
cuss
ones.
word.
Even
I was
Z
gonna say I didn't
ones.
know there was a cuss word with a Z at it.
There's one with X. Thank you, horn guy.
Real that big potty mouth that horn guy is too. Clearly,
Yeah, no, he's a big potty mouth fan. And you, Trevor, I see you. I see you.
that's Trevor. That's his name. I didn't know you knew our house band like that.
You know, I make my way around.
Make your way around.
Hema,
Huh?
I
Gotcha.
just want to say I'm really proud of you for setting
Really
something like
for
that, like
four?
this up. Yeah, for setting something like let me finish my sentence, please.
I
I'm sorry, you're
go
the
ahead.
host. My bad. That was my. I'm working on it. I've been taking therapy for like a few years now. So I won't talk
You
about.
know,
Why does everyone just have like an instrument in set? What is going on?
our
What
house
is going
band is
on?
actually the whole studio audience. You get
It seems
everybody in the
like
studio audience.
there's
They
a
come
duck
in
in the
with
crowd.
like a.
There's a duck in the crowd. Someone get the duck out of here.
Hey, whoa, relax. That's Scrooge. Okay, yo, chill on Scrooge.
Sorry. I had to get him out. Anyways,
Gotcha.
proceed, Mr. HEEMA.
Oh well,
Sorry.
you were busy giving me a whole lot of props and everything like that, and I was about to shut it down. But if we going, let's talk about the short films that you have been getting done, because you've hit in a few over the past
Sure.
like couple months, over the past few years. Just talk about like which ones were your favorite things to do, what you were doing involved with them, like all the stuff with that. What's that?
Yeah, I've been busy. To be serious for a second, I want to shout out my friend Sean Nam, not Shosh. That's not a person.
Shosh,
Sean.
Shosh Num. Shout out Shosh Num, big friend of his. What film did you guys do together? Josh Num.
Whoever's on that soundboard's having a lot of fun, it seems like. I'll talk to them after this. Sean Nam is the director for a film at CAP Berkeley Club, which is like a film club that allows a bunch of their students to make films every semester. There's 2 premieres. It's very cool, and I think it's a great opportunity for people to just release their creative outlet. And Sean Nam, he worked on a film called Andy and Eddie, where I got to work with one of my good friends, Layla Khan. And it's about 2 friends who are kind of in the mix of trying to figure out where they want to be in their lives. My character, Eddie, they're both in college. My character, Eddie, wants to grow as an individual, and he feels like some things in his life, family-wise or just in the circumstances of where he is on his school campus, are not allowing him to do that. But with that responsibility or that huge change, he's possibly leaving a lot of stuff behind. And so it's the fight between if he should or shouldn't go. And then Layla's character is very much someone who's trying to get into the industry and knowing how difficult it is to get into the industry, and finding like internships and work, especially as a woman of
So
of
us,
color.
the
Yeah,
standard college student. Yeah, all of them.
And just seeing how difficult that is, and just how, like, despite all of this hell going in both of their lives, they have each other, and that's what gets them through it all. It's a very cute story. I want to again congratulate Sean Nam for every semester we have these things called the Cappies, where it's like an award show, and like all like 20-25 films are premiered on screen, and then there's an award show the next week after. And he got Best Director, and so or
Really?
Best
Shout out
Directing.
to him.
Yeah, he got Best Directing. Yeah, no, so I'm very proud of him. It was definitely the most it was the most chill and welcoming and comforting and least stressful set I've been on. There's a lot of times where sets you're always constantly going and going and going, and no one's really talking to each other. Everyone's kind of focused on what they need to do.
Right.
And it really just felt like on that set, he knew exactly the vision he wanted to tell. He was very worried because the last film he ended up doing, everyone left him. All of his crew left him for
My
several
God.
reasons. Yeah, no, it's hell, and I've been there. So, but like, I understand, and that's what kind of pushed him off of wanting to make another film after this. After that last film he did, and so he was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to do filmmaking again after that hellish experience. But he took a risk, and he said, I'm not making this film unless you 2 are going to be the characters in it. And I felt like it only felt right to help him see his vision through, and he ended up getting Best Directing and the loudest standing ovation at the event. So it really came full circle, and I think it is just very much it's very much a story of just like trusting in your vision and trusting in the community that you have to help you bring that vision to life. And
Especially on a whole
Yeah.
film set too, because I imagine like when I
yeah,
did the bit. First off, that was like the first bit of like
I'm very excited about that, by the way. Like, not even a joke. I'm very excited about that.
that was the first bit of
Like all
like
of those
acting or
screenshots.
like any sort of production role I've ever like done. So it was
Mhm.
interesting being on like an actual like set and like well actual set in terms of like it was just a room rented like in DePaul Student Academic Center, but like still, like being part of like an actual set, having a whole crew and everything like that, and everybody worked really well. Like there were no qualms or anything at all. So like it was one of those things where it's like it really set like a really nice pace in terms of what a crew should be and how like production should. So that's why it interests me when you're talking about how like it's easily the nicest set that you've been a part of. When think about like some of the cases where they're not. Now I'm curious, what's your nightmare story? What's been the worst
Uh,
set experience that you've had for
so
production?
you
Why?
asking me that, it's about to make me have so many enemies. No, I
Really?
think no 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 no. You are
Is that number
instigating right
one?
now.
Is that person in the crowd? Is
That's
that who it
number
is?
one. Yeah. Get them out of here. I'll be your new trumpet player, actually.
Really?
I played trumpet before in a movie. Great transition. And that's exactly the movie I was going to talk about. And so on Bonzo, it wasn't even really the crew. Again, I think it is very much. I thought I killed the duck. What happened? Anyways,
You can't kill Scrooge McDuck. Like, dog, we've been through this
apparently he's an embodied being of evil. So,
evil.
and greed. So I think with Bonzo, it wasn't even really like the crew or anything. Everyone in the crew, it's again, every crew I've been a part of has been phenomenally the most determined group of individuals who I've had the honor to work with. And I think the biggest thing about it is a lot of the stories, again, when you start to do more ambitious stories, especially for independent filmmakers and especially for college filmmakers or student filmmakers, you got no budget. Y'all are
Right.
broke. Everyone's broke. No one got
No
money to
money.
make movies like this. So
I
for
paid for
someone to
lunch the
want to
second day.
make right, yeah, I've paid for lunch on several days, and all I did was probably hold the script for people, and that was it. That was my job, and that was it. I paid other people. I paid the whole team. I paid the whole team
Yeah,
when I was supposed to be there.
actually.
So, yes. So, but no,
You were their
it was
personal
it was
GoFundMe.
I was their personal.
Thanks, Razor. Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
awesome, actually.
Exactly.
Well, maybe
Exactly.
not for your credit
Um,
card, but sick.
No, I've constantly shot mini
What
shotgun
is your credit score,
bullets into
actually?
my brain.
Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah. Um.
Wow. Wow, crowd really
Why are
not
they
happy
booing
that hit
me?
because you didn't tell us your credit score.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'll tell you my numbers, my security code too.
Bet, no problem. All
No,
right, this is
I think.
very platform.
Yeah. I think. I don't even remember the question. I'm not gonna lie. The
Worst set
booing got me.
experience.
The booing got me. The worst set experience. I think the worst set experience is when like things kind of either it's like weather. There's many times where it's like we want it to be a sunny day and then ended up being a gray, cloudy day. When I was filming a film called Mert the Musical Maneater about a man who is in his head, he imagines life as a musical because of he was always sheltered when he was a kid and all he had was like old like singing in the rain like movies and all that stuff, and so he would constantly watch those movies over and over and over again, and his family is full of cannibals, and so his job is to go out and like kill people and then feed his family. But what ends up happening is that he ends up finding someone and falling in love, who is this person who's like helps the needy, and so, there's a little bit of a conflict between family and romance in that sense. Long story short, with it being a musical in his head, and not in reality, uh, there was moments and times where it had to be sunny and bright like La La Land, but then it was raining, and I ended up twisting my ankle multiple
Oh
times,
god. Oh
and
god.
this was when
How do
I
you
was
twist your
filming
ankle
Worst Day Ever
multiple
2.
times?
You
And
just
like
keep
the
on
same
pushing
one?
through. You just you put it back in and you keep it pushing.
You ever
So
see that episode of Adventure Time where it was like they're fighting that what was it, like that donkey or something like that? And it just like breaks
why are we
both the
womp womp
fins.
whying my misery? And why
Yeah,
did
that is kind of crazy. The studio audience,
I'm
not a
they
very
hate
big fan
me.
of your
They don't like
knees.
me.
They do not like your
Yeah.
ankles, no.
And they're still gasp. Okay. What's with the 3 rounds? What's with the 3 rounds?
Your audience taking very big liberties.
Yeah. So right. What was the question?
Ankle twisting, worst set
Oh,
experience, stuff
ankle
that
twist.
goes into that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the ankle twist was probably the worst because then the day after I had to do like a 20-hour shoot day
Oh my
for
gosh.
worst day ever. And that
Were
was
they like,
just
you're gonna
me.
do a take where you're gonna run like track style across the park? Was that
Well,
one
I
of the
was
things
the
that you had to do?
director, so I
Oh.
told myself that. Yeah, I told myself I had to take a run around, which in fact I did have to do, and I was directing my mom and my sister. So
Oh, nice. That's
yeah,
sweet.
yeah, no, it was fun, and they're the only reason why. Okay, yeah, shout out Mama Hicks and Hopi Hicks. But I think the big thing here is that yeah, honestly, it never really is the crew. I've always been fine with having a really great team, but it's more stuff the stuff around the crew. There's a weird situation on Bonzo set when we were filming inside a sorority house,
Yeah.
and there was a moment in time where there was a guy watching a football game, and what he specifically decided to do when we were filming was put the speakers right under his door so it would specifically be loud when people were trying to record takes. And it was because he just I guess hated that people were filming inside, which was fair. But at the same time, we discussed and had constant meetings with this group of individuals to let them know that during this time and time that we were going to film, um, and they just kind of didn't honor that. And then the director ended up getting really mad. So it's really just like it's outer situations that cause it, stuff that we can't really control. But again, like with the film set, everyone has to kind of be on their p's and q's unless it is a low stakes, grounded story, and that's why a lot of films, for like student films, they kind of recommend if you're gonna write your first thing that it's kind of lower key, because if it's
Right.
bigger and grander, it's gonna fall apart real quickly. It's not to say that shouldn't do that, but it is recommended that you should
It's
have like a
ambitious.
ground. It's very ambitious for students to do who don't have a lot.
Right. Like
So
the bit is mostly a conversation, 3 people. And even that was
yeah,
like
yeah,
2 days of like 9 to 7, 9 to 5, like stuff like
exactly.
that. So
Because you
it's
got to
like
also
crazy.
think about like all the different kinds of shots you got to do, and then also like you don't know who's going to be on set that day. Some people might actually find out last second they're not, and so you got to find out who you're going to be able to replace. And yeah, so there's a lot to think about when making movies, and I think it is very much a lot of people are like, I can do that.
It's
But no,
easy.
it takes a lot
Oh.
of work. It takes a lot of work. Um,
But I do
but
like
yeah,
what you said about it not being like entirely based on the crew, but like on the opposite end of that, was there ever a point where it was like, at least in your case, was there ever a point where like you might have done something that might have like made somebody mad, or was there ever a point where like you got lectured, you were like, oh wow, I'm never gonna be able to work in this town again? Like, have you ever made anybody mad on set, whether
every
intentional or
single
not?
time I step on set, they all boo
Really?
me and want me to
They
get
just
out
they
right
just they just
now.
hate him. Just oh
Yeah,
god.
they're like, get this guy out of here. No, like
Uh-huh.
that,
Matter of fact, like,
multiple
what are you
times has
doing,
happened.
like, on the show? Like, get out of here.
Yeah,
Boo! He's
you're
out
right.
of
You're
here.
right. Yeah.
I'm kidding, of
Here
course.
we go.
But yeah, what was the
Thank you, little cricket. Thank you, Jiminy Cricket.
studio audience was not joking, and Scrooge McDuck wasn't
I
either.
hate
Okay,
you. I hate you.
not a very
Um,
big fan of Scrooge McDuck. That is.
but no, I think in terms of the sense of anyone actually getting mad at me, I think the only time I remember like crew actually getting mad at me, I'm actually when I need to work on something. That's one thing I'll give myself props for. When I need to like lock in and work on something, I'm usually like very I'm more on top of it than like sometimes the people who are running the ship, because I don't know. I like, and they're like, "Wow, you're actually really efficient at what you do." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." But I think it's very much like I kind of become annoyingly on top of it, where it's like I'm like too locked in to the point where like sometimes I forget. It's you got to have fun. But I'm really into like wanting to see this project through. And that's just I don't know. I have a passion for that's where I find myself the best in being is working on something like just working. Uh, but
Can't
the
stop
one time
working.
I can't
Melvin
stop
Hicks
working.
can't stop.
I can't stop. I gotta keep going. But no, I do find myself the only time I remember people actually getting mad at me, and it was for this. It's either because one, I'm distracting everyone by my classic witty comments.
Oh, that was right on cue. Huh. Houseman's
Yeah,
really getting
yep.
into it.
Thank you. They like me now. They're getting there. They're getting there. I'm rubbing on them now. I'm rubbing on them. Pause.
Very big pause, actually. So big of a pause, we might actually have to take an ad break on that. Can you hold that story for a quick second?
Yes, gladly.
We're going to take a very quick ad break. We'll be right back.
I'm going to look for some more job applications while you're doing that.
Gotcha. All right. Ad break coming in for a moment. We will be right back on The Night Shift.
Boop, boop.
We're still figuring it out. Hold on.
That wrong person. Oh gosh. Hey, have you ever wanted to preserve your loved one's remains in a unique, creative way? Stop by Garden Remembrance, where death is reimagined as a beautiful piece. By coating your loved one's skull in resin, it will keep their memory alive forever. With colors of your choice. Gone are the days of an boring old skull. Now you can have one, something to display as a masterpiece in your home with a meaning that will last lifetimes. Garden Remembrance, where beauty is immortal.
Really nice. Except for the whole part where it's like literally just like garnering people's skins and whatnot. Like, oh, how does that work?
We have a process that like we work directly with cemeteries and stuff like that where we can um you know
Y'all are just like,
excavate
give me that
and
skin.
get bring bodies back out of the coffins, retrieve the
Oh,
skulls
just
and
right
stuff like
out.
that if it is.
Huh.
Yeah, it's easy, you have to make sure it's cleansed, stuff like that. The resin will be able to go over pretty nicely.
Pretty legal, that, right? Is
Yes,
that legal?
of course. It's all legal. It's all legal. Like I said, we work directly with cemeteries, police officers, FBI investigations all the time. Um,
Oh, work with the
I'm
FBI,
not. I'm
so it
not
must be
allowed.
trustworthy.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm not allowed to disclose what those investigations are for, but um, I can tell you that yes, we've been cleared and we're opening for business.
Opening. Oh, this is
Yes,
yet to be open.
yes. Well, we're having a reopening because like I said, I can't really get into the details, but we're having a reopening. We want to re-welcome our customers and stuff like that. We sorry, I was looking over at my one of the people in the studio audience.
One of the
But
heads, one of the bodies,
yes,
one of the
yes.
bodies that you guys use
One
like
of
for
the
your
people. It
company.
seemed like somebody wants like first dibs on the next head. But
First dibs on the next head. All right, that's enough of the ad break. Boop boop. Oh, welcome back to The Night Shift, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, all right.
Hey, we back. We back. Yes, sir.
Welcome back to The Night Shift, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still HEEMA. He's still Hicks. So back from the ad break. You were talking about lots of different experiences with like short films and whatnot. And
I was talking about a lot of different experiences, but I do want to I do want to bring something up for you, Mr. HEEMA, sir.
Oh, really?
Okay,
That's
well,
the
I
host a
actually,
question.
well,
This is bold.
because, it's actually, I was wondering if I can do something with you. I'm trying to work on something.
Okay.
So, and I know there's an audience here clearly, and one thing I'm really, really bad at is roasting people back. People will look at me and say, "Oh, big square glasses. What are you, 4 eyes? What See, whoa, see, that was a controversial thing. That was a controversial thing over there. But so I wanted to work on that with you, Mr. Heeman. I wanted to let you know if this would
Really?
actually work. So I ended up getting 2,000 insults
wow.
for all occasions
Huh. Okay.
to make sure that I can learn how to actually insult better.
So it's we're getting good at like flaming here, roasting, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
And
all
actually,
right.
I was wondering before I start, can you give me a little bit of like a little bit of a flair of like how a little bit of a spark of how I can roast better, Mr. Hema, sir.
I think it never goes wrong. The easiest way to get back at somebody if you flame them, at least I've learned this personally, because I'm the youngest of my 3 brothers. The louder you
Yeah,
are, the easier it is. Like it doesn't matter. You can say whatever you
loud,
want as long as you're
loudness,
loud about it. Like
loudness.
it does not matter. You can make up random shit. Like I could look at you and be like, "Oh, that's why your skin white as hell, white ass, turn the light on, looking ass boy." And you know what I mean? Like it could still go a long way. Like, but for your
Okay,
case,
okay.
it's just a matter of making sure that you're loud. Looking ass might go a long way too. But what do you guys
There a
have in the
grizzly
book?
bear in the audience?
God, man. Still figuring it out. But yeah, it's just a matter of being like loud. You could be loud and wrong. It's just a matter of making sure you're loud and like you gotta have like make sure you have presence. It's all about the form of the hand. Making sure that
Okay.
they're insulted. You could tell a bold faced lie about them. It could be completely insulted. Look at somebody like Pat God. You know how he just talks like super fast, like out of nowhere, but he just says a whole bunch of like random stuff, like he's just waffling.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think that's good. That's good. I'm actually I have a few here actually. There's like big heads, birthdays, boozers, bores, chatterboxes. I feel like chatterbox can be a good one to start off with
I
actually.
I don't think I feel like if you use chatterbox as a comeback when trying to flame somebody, I feel like you would get jumped eternally.
Well, I feel like isn't that the reason why this book was made to show you that actually you look cooler if you actually say some of these things in front of people and that you get the hype. That's what Eminem did in the Eminem movie. Am I right?
So what else is in the book?
I didn't even read any of the insults yet. Why are y'all booing me? Can I read one?
By all means.
Okay, hold on. So this is from Chatterboxes. What he needs is a little lockjaw. Hold on. So this is
Anybody who
Playboys.
uses lockjaw when trying to make jokes at somebody does not deserve to have a jaw.
Hold on. This is Playboys. Even as an infant, he grabbed for the nurse instead of the bottle. That was a good one. I think that was a good one. Okay, all right. We'll do one more.
One more for the road. All right, yeah.
One more for the road.
Good
This one's for the gold diggers out there. Who's the gold digger?
I don't think they would acknowledge if they're a gold digger.
Okay. All right. So this one says actually I feel like I might actually never be seen on the internet again if I read some of those actually. When
Really?
did this come out?
What year did
Yeah,
this come out?
1983.
Oh, yeah. There were definitely words that like we cannot say today. That's in that book, huh? 6. Good.
I thought I heard a person whistling like it's like the Puss in Boots Grim Reaper. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, that was just Scrooge in a crowd.
Actually, what if one of my insults actually works on one of them? Actually, hold on.
You can test it out and see. Oh wow, that might have been Miles Morales actually.
Okay, hold on. Failures. That's a good one.
Failures? Okay, you got it. You got it.
Yep,
I believe in you. Come on, let's give it up. Let's give it up for Hicks. He can do this.
Hold
He can do this. Here we go.
Here we go. Thank you.
We got faith in him. We got faith in him.
He's going to the dogs faster than the fleas. He's such a failure. He gives failure a bad name. Yawning. Who's yawning? Anyways, your questions?
So tell us about your toilet, Hicks, because we were talking about this behind the scenes.
We don't need to talk
there
about
were so
this.
many. I feel like
this is
we
actually
should.
intrusive. This is intrusive to who I am as a person.
Honestly, I feel like it's only right because we talked a little bit behind the scenes when getting ready for the show, and one of the things that you brought up because I called you literally a few days
That
ago to
damn
ask you if
duck,
you
I
wanted to
will
do the.
turn you into a turducken.
That's a threat. Like this isn't Joker. All right, I'm not Murray.
Sorry,
Okay, let's relax.
sorry,
But
sorry.
yeah,
That
let's
duck's
talk
gonna
about that
be.
toilet story because I called you the
We could
last few
talk about
days,
anything. We
and
could talk
then
about
like
anything,
after
really.
I got off the phone with you, told me that like the craziest thing happened at your home. So like I just wanted to give you this platform to be able to like explain this out to the world.
Yeah. So God sees me as his funny little sim, is what I realized as I continue life. And so
Larvin,
what ended up happening?
Larvin, like Sim, Larvin.
Oh, I haven't learned that language yet. Actually, sorry. Yeah. Um. Anyways, so
Larvin. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. As you were, go ahead.
he's still going. He's still okay. Okay. Look. Listen. So this is what happened, right? Long story short, I didn't even use the bathroom. I was finishing up brushing my teeth. Had a wonderful call with a good friend of mine,
Oh, what's
Hema.
his name?
You would like him, Mr. Hema. Hema's actually a cool guy.
Yeah,
Um.
sounds like a bitch
So
personally, but like go ahead.
nah, I think you're actually being way too harsh on him right now. You don't even know him like that. You don't know him like I know him. So, anyways,
What do I know?
as they get it. But no. So what ended up happening? I was looking at I was brushing my teeth. I ended up I ended up flushing the toilet at some point. And when I flushed the toilet, mind you, the water is as crystal clear as 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 clear as you can see my face through this right now in this moment.
Can we do the rest of the interview with you having that like up in the air so we could see how your face looks like from that
Yeah,
perspective?
sure. Hold on. So
Not a big fan of that.
yeah,
Yeah, continue.
so pretty much what ended up happening, clear water. I flushed the toilet. I go out. Thank you. I go out and I hear from the
Oh,
toilet. And so this feels so whack telling this story for a third time in a row in this past 12 hours. And so I end up going back in, and lo and behold, there's so much toilet water all over. Mind you, it's still crystal clear as this water here in front of my face. Um, I go in there, I could you not, is water is above my toes at this point, and I'm like, this isn't right. And so at this point, I'm calling people. I go to Amazon, I buy a plunger, and I can't really do anything about it. So I end up going to the cabinets, grabbing a big bowl, and start just scooping the water and throwing it in the tub, scooping the water and throwing it in the tub. Mind you, right? Mind you, still clean, crystal clear water. So next day happens after a cleaning, bleaching, and all that stuff. Um, I wake up to the plumbers coming to the house, and they come in with like a harpoon gun, right? A harpoon gun. But when you shoot it, it's
he
like
was
one of
ready to
those
catch
Joker.
something. Yeah,
It's
they
like
were ready to
no,
catch
it's
a
like,
fish in that toilet.
pretty much. It's but like instead of it being a harpoon, you know how like Joker has the gun and it's like a flag at the end. This one had a weird
Mm.
like a rod, so it shot down and it went into the butt.
Oh, Scrooge knows what that's like. Scrooge knows about that rod. You're saying that harpoon gun, flag at the end, fishing, catch.
Yeah,
Like what was it?
yeah. So he put he put that in there. So he started shooting it down, and then it plunged. And at this point, he was like, we did it," and he flushed it, and it started going down. And then you know how toilets go up, and then it goes down,
Yep,
and then as it
like
went
every normal
down,
toilet does. Correct.
right? Yes, I'm just saying that for people who don't know like how toilets work. Actually, it's
Right.
yeah. So, anyways,
I'm
so
sure all
it goes
six of them are
down.
satisfied.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they are. You know, I'm trying to help everybody here. But yeah, so it goes down and then it goes back up. It goes back up. And I kid you not, if you think of like Resident Evil, think of like Resident Evil, Evil Dead, think of the most sinister. Okay, close your eyes and think of the worst
Yeah.
possible thing in your life that could possibly happen. the worst embodiment of evil. Now imagine
My
that
hat falling off my head,
concocted.
right?
Sure, yeah. Now imagine that concocted as a brownish, bloody brown liquid and gurgling up. She gets it. Where are the cops coming from? So it comes up brown and bloody, and then I hear the plumber go, "No, no!" Screaming, crying.
He audibly yelled out, "No!"
Yes, he's
If
actually screaming and
oh my god,
crying.
if the plunger is yelling out no when dealing with your toilet, if the plunger is thank you, houseman. If the plunger is audibly yelling out no when dealing with your
The plunger's
toilet,
yelling.
then
What is
that
this,
means
Toy
that your
Story?
toilet is a spawn from hell. That is a hell
It is.
toilet.
Mind you, it was crystal clear clean the whole time through.
Uh-huh.
Besides this moment, which I blame the plumber, and which he
Oh, it's his fault.
actually, yeah, yeah.
It's his
Yeah.
fault that the water in your
Mind
toilet
you,
turned brown.
Yeah. Well, let me finish the story. So, anyways, he at this moment, I kid you not, he runs out the door and he goes to like the hallway apartment complex area. He leaves my apartment and it's like the hallway that you see all the doors through. And he's
Uh-huh.
on the phone calling for backup. 10 to 20 minutes later, 2 to 3 other people show up. They
Access to
look
the
at it
toilet.
and they're like, no. And they leave and they go downstairs to the parking lot where the pipes are, and they realize that there was actually a combusted leakage pipe, and it was like all over the floor, and so they had to fix that. And long story short,
Was that how they sounded? Calling
that
for
was how
backup
they
for a
sounded. I heard
toilet.
it. Yeah, I heard it muffled down there. That was actually sound captured from that moment, actually. So
Sounds like an episode of Regular Show. Like you could really write an episode of Regular Show after this.
yeah. But what ends up happening, I find out, is that someone, not me, specifically not me, someone in the apartment complexes who do not happen to be named Melvin Hicks, broke the pipes, and now everything was getting loosey goosey down there, and pipes were just not, everything was combusting. And then, right, they fix it. 2 to 3 hours later, they fix it. They come back upstairs. They grab the rod. They flush it in. They do the thing they usually do. And then what ends up happening is it goes down and then it goes back up, overflowing. Mind you, it's crystal clear water again. I did some things I don't want to remember. I cleaned some things I touched some things I didn't want to touch. But I had to do it. I had to do what I had to do.
That toilet has been cleaned before.
Yes, it's been cleaned before.
It's
been cleaned before.
It wasn't, because like the idea of that just happening like out of nowhere, just on a whim, pipes and everything, like, you know.
Mind you, he does the plunger thing, right? He does the plunger thing, and then lo and behold, he flushes it, and from the pipe you hear a and then gently flushing out of the hole of the toilet was one single kind of like torn apart paper towel.
So you
Which was
dropped
still
the piece of
clean.
paper
It was
towel. Dropped the piece.
Yeah,
of
long
paper
story
towel.
short, I dropped a piece of paper towel in there, and it caused the entire complex to go into kaputs. TLDR. And this was the first day I had the house semi to myself, and I was the head of the house, by the way.
Well, one day as head of the house, and then the entire complex. Thank you, Hannah.
It gets
Hannah Montana in the crowd, ladies.
Is she the next guest?
No, actually.
That blows.
Yeah, it was in her contract. Disney won't allow it.
What?
Rights and all.
Yeah.
I catch
You know how
them.
they are.
They'll get rights and lefts. Wop. That'll fuck him up. Yeah. Like that.
Sound. Ooh, 2 times. Ooh.
Sheesh. They're getting pretty restless. Okay, let's change topics.
Yeah.
So obviously,
I started new hobbies.
I was gonna say,
Sorry,
cause
but
like I know that obviously you're going through a lot of things with like between hobbies and whatnot, and like balancing school with like being able to have like work and films and everything like
yeah, I
that. Talk
lost
about
my
like the different
ever.
things you've been going into.
Yeah, no. Ever since I've been on hiatus of making stuff. Um, I've been homeless and living in
Really,
boxes. Yeah, and it's like I've been using mugs to get coins. I had to do tap dancing um
isn't this
on the
just the story of
streets.
Squidward Tentacles? Like verbatim? Didn't he do all of this?
Well, no, actually. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Squidward
So
Tentacles, guy that SpongeBob like pisses off every week.
never heard of him. Squadward? What? Oh, okay.
Uh,
So
hands if you not knowing who Squidward is.
I guess not. I guess not. Yeah, but no, it all kind of fell apart. And so that's why I was it was nice to kind of be in like a cozy. I had to break into this house, by the way. That's probably what the whistling I heard was the actual owner.
Ah, so when they come in
Yeah.
and they like do stuff about it, just fire those jokes at them. That'll really, that'll get 'em.
Yeah. No, that get them. That get them. So I'm currently waiting for that. But outside of that, no, it's really just been like in reality, I've been constantly journaling, and I do not recommend that enough. Journaling is so important, and it's way. And this is coming from someone who's used the Note app on my iPhone for forever. But when I actually decide to put it into like journal, it feels more like concrete. The things I need to get done, uh, and also blue light. It hurts your brain, you know. No one wants to hear about this, anyways.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
blue
like
light, kind of like the
that's
blue
pretty.
paint. Is it from the same guy?
See, there we go, there we go, there we go. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Anyways, so yeah, yeah, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I've been cooked. I've been cooked for a while.
You think
I've been
so?
chopped.
I mean, you just dropped the video on your channel not too long ago. The McDonald's one.
I made that video 2 years ago.
I mean,
I
you
just finished
started to.
editing it.
Yeah. Listen, if you're
Yeah.
gonna
I do
come
want
here
to
and
shout out.
preach to if you're gonna preach to Eddie Choir about like anybody being taking too long about finishing and uploading videos, like I'm the wrong guy that you're gonna do that with because I'm sitting here coming up with cringy talk shows before I'm getting like stuff like the Boondock Stable read out and about to the world. So you're preaching to the
But no,
choir with
I
that
mean,
one,
like, look
buddy.
at you though. Look at you right now. Look at you right now. You have a set. You have a Rubik. See, right. That's what I'm talking about. Don't you have a whole audience of people who love and admire your work, Mr. HEEMA, sir. And I think I have a question for you. Does HEMA come from like HEMA, like the sword technique from Europe? That wasn't even a
I'll
joke. That was me genuinely asking a question. You
Oh my. Oh my.
How much time we got?
I'd say we have time for like one more question after I answer mine.
Okay.
No, it does not come
Okay.
from that. I
Have you
believe
ever
it.
thought about doing that? You should do that for a remote.
Ooh, that would be nice. Learning stuff like that and going out of my way to find out the European training fight mechanisms. I'm sure that'd go a long way.
Did you Google it right now?
No,
Be honest.
maybe. Well, that's Hicks, everybody. That was Hicks. You
Thank
can
you,
find
y'all.
his
Thank
channel,
you, y'all. I'll see you in
youtube.com
another
slash
year.
Heyo Hicks. Wait
I
a
gotta
minute.
go.
Oh, yeah. He is in somebody else's house. He did, in fact, break
I'll
in.
see y'all.
But good luck with
Hold on.
the comeback that you give for the house like person when they
Of course. I'll see y'all in a year. I'll see
the
y'all in a
year
year.
then it
Yeah.
might be 10 to 20 this type of environment.
You never know. You never know, honestly.
Uh-huh.
It's been great though. I can't see anything. I cannot see anything.
That was Melvin Hicks.
It's just
ladies
my
and gentlemen.
eyebrows.
Oh
Am I st-
my. Lots of
Alright.
there's a lot going on. Oh. We should probably send somebody to check and see if everybody in that house is all right. But it looks like, I think that'll do it for this week's edition of the Night Shift. I want to thank everybody that was involved. You were a lovely studio audience. It was a lovely studio audience, lovely guest, lovely topics. We'll see you sometime next weekend as well. Thanks everybody until we see you again.
So much pain.
Oh, well, somebody please check on him and make sure he's all right. Or maybe the homeowners as well, because they probably.
They're cheering. They're cheering at my misery.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching the Night Shift.
Boop, boop.
Apologies to Matt Damon. We ran out of time for him, but as usual, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And always remember, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you. Listen, I'm about to. I don't know. All right, now that we got that aspect of it out, we're just kind of chilling until I find somebody to raid. This was such a stupid idea, but I'm glad that this is working out.